Welcome to the weekly watch of...
I don't know the date.
Shit.
Hold on. 12th?
It's the 13th.
It's the 12th.
12th?
Boom!
Yeah, you're leaving on the 13th.
Oh, gotcha.
Where we haven't done anything for a long time.
Since...
It's been about a month, yeah.
Again.
End of May?
Yeah.
Early June?
It was a long time ago now, actually. Was it before my exams?
Yes. No,
No.
it was after your
Was it
exams.
right after?
It's after, yeah. Before you technically had your graduation.
Yeah, I remember now.
So now we're just wrapping up on that last season of
Yeah.
things.
Well, I mean, it's perfect timing. It's last season wrap-up now.
And then impressions of the new season.
Yeah, makes sense.
Oh, God. So, Nathan, you actually remember the list of shows we watched.
Akuma no Riddle.
Yes. What happened at the end of that?
At the end of that, well, there was the desk girl that Truman was like, oh yeah, she's gonna be the final boss.
She was the final boss.
And it was such it was a boring fight.
It was a really boring fight. What's her name? Crazy Girl was definitely way better.
Crazy girl. Oh,
Hammer, dual personality,
yeah.
and she had
the
hammers.
two-person fight.
Yeah, the double person fight.
Yeah,
that one was awesome.
That should have been the end fight.
But you knew Desk Girl was gonna be the final. She was so final bossy. Everything about her screamed final boss.
She was such a...
I mean, the fight was bad, but
the fight was nowhere near as good.
you had to have seen her being the final boss. I just wanted to let it be known, I called every single fight.
Did you?
I called every single one.
I don't believe you, but
first-
I'm not going to really argue
He
this.
called most of them.
We first started when it was I said that the pair would be next, the Yuri pairing.
Yeah.
That was the first one that I went out of my
The
way to
Romeo
call.
and Juliet.
Oh no! Before that I said that the glasses girl would be the girl who did the whole pool trap.
She's not Glasses Girl.
Whatever. Well, the old young girl. Oh.
But that was after the Romeo and
Yeah,
Juliet.
that
Was that after? Then it was the Romeo and Juliet. Was the first one I did.
Fine, whatever. You called them all.
But boom! I called almost all of them, and I'm super proud of myself for that.
Did it bug you that everyone lived at the end of that?
Oh yeah. How was the pink-haired girl still alive? That
Everyone
Wait,
lived.
pink-haired girl.
the one that was her rival. Well, I don't want to say rival. The one that she was like, oh yeah, I can kill now.
How did Romeo and Juliet girl
That
survive?
one was bullshit.
Yeah, that was
They
pretty dark.
literally stabbed in the heart and then drank poison. It's like
But they're fine. They're fine. It's fine.
that was kind of bullshitty. Although, I mean, I didn't want them to die in the first place.
Neither
so,
did I, but I feel that it detracted from the
Yeah.
whole overall experience.
theirs was definitely the worst because it's really, we saw them everyone else was vague. They kept it vague throughout it. We saw them die.
On stage.
Literally hundreds of people saw them die.
I don't remember, but the teacher wasn't an assassin, was
Nope.
he? You were wrong on that
I
one.
was wrong.
That was
Teacher
me.
wasn't an
You were
assassin.
starting to doubt it too.
I was
Nathan.
starting to doubt it because they got rid of 3 characters in the Romeo and Juliet episode. They got rid of 3 of the characters, so I was like, oh.
Oh, that's why Glasses Girl didn't have an episode. Other Glasses Girl.
There were 2 Glasses Girls. Yeah.
The brown-haired Glasses Girl, not the nun.
Yeah, not the nun girl. Although I'm pretty sure they're both brown-haired as well.
Okay, the nun.
No, the nun's black-haired.
The nun's
okay.
epilogue really confused me.
She's killing the nuns.
Yeah, she's hunting down the nuns. I'm like, what?
Oh, I don't think she's... Is she hunting down the
No,
nun?
Yeah.
I
she
thought
was
she was-
running away. They were hunting
Yeah, I
her
think they were hunting her, and she was...
Close enough.
But it was just like, what? They didn't want her in the first place.
But no
Okay,
one
no,
can
no.
leave.
It may have been that she's hunting them down just to destroy the organization, so other people don't have to deal with it.
Maybe it was that. I think she said that she was like, oh, I'm gonna be the first one to run away. I think she had said something like that.
Maybe, yeah.
But I thought it was weird. I thought that one was just weird. I think all the other ones fit pretty well
No.
that I can remember. What
These are like...
the pink?
Okay, the girl that fought with the hammer girl. The one that tried to kill... What's her name at the very beginning?
I don't remember her epilogue. It was like the first one that appeared.
She's with the guy that found her when she was a child.
Oh,
The one that she calls
bitch girl.
Mama.
The bitch girl.
Yeah. How is she not dead?
Was that her nickname we gave her?
Well,
That's what Truman
That's what I'm
calls
calling her right now.
But
I'm glad she's not dead. She was one of my favorites. She was probably my second
Yes,
favorite after Crazy
but-
Girl.
Tokaku or whatever her name. No, I think that's.
We've forgotten all the names.
I didn't. I don't think
I know
any
Haru
names.
because Haru just referred to herself in
Yeah,
third
Haru
person.
refers to herself in third person. I was really hoping she would also be an assassin, and blue hair main character would be the actual target.
Okay, the
That
thing
didn't
with bitch girl not being dead that pisses me off is that blue hair assassin girl is like, I can kill now when she beats her. She's
Yeah,
like,
but did
I
she
won't.
actually kill her? I don't even remember. I don't remember.
But why would she say that if she's not gonna kill her?
Because I don't know. She
Because
protect Haru
everyone
or
needs to
something.
survive for this happy ending that
No.
that detracts from the whole overall experience.
Well, actually, honestly, the only one I don't even think they showed her. I think she just fell out of a window or something.
No, she pushes blue haired girl out of a window.
Okay.
Blue haired girl comes in and kicks her ass, and it's like, I'm not gonna hesitate anymore. I can kill you now.
And what they just cut.
And then
fade
they
to
just
black?
cut out to Haru fighting Hammer Girl, I believe.
Did they really? There was really no final. I thought for sure she fell out of that window.
Maybe she kicked her out of the window, but I don't think
I
so.
think she kicked her out of a window.
I think she was just like, I can kill now, and then they cut the
Other
black.
than the Romeo and Juliet, they kept them all pretty vague. Because that was kind of their thing. Because from the beginning, they were going to have everyone have a happy ending.
Yeah. Even if they died on stage.
Even if
I'm
they-
still really angry
It
about
doesn't
that one.
make any sense.
That doesn't make sense at all.
That's the only one that doesn't make sense. Yet that's the one I'm happiest about, which is it's like this very torn.
Disconnected feeling.
Yeah. They just should have not killed each other in the first place. But yeah,
Overall.
that was a really bad. That was probably the worst episode, which is like shitty because they were the best like characters.
Okay, no, it's not the worst episode. It's the episode you liked the least. Because they were your favorite characters.
No, it was really bad. Remember, like she was just like, "You're the villain because
I saw you.
I saw you." It was just that one. I think by far that one was the worst.
Yeah.
Like I remember just watching it and being like, "Wow, this is bad." Like just
I just remember being disappointed somewhere in
Yeah.
my soul.
I think the worst episode was the fight with the boss girl.
but she turned into an android. She's like, "I'm an android."
No, that was
Beep boop bop.
that fight.
This is actually what I do in my room when we do this normally.
I know. I can see that. Waving your arms. Yeah.
Trying to act like a robot.
All right.
And then
Oh.
and then there was the whole like, you're really like a queen bee and you have pheromone powers.
Queen Bee thing was just like, what? That was just so out of left field. It was just the weirdest thing. It was like just a weird twist to throw in there. I don't know.
That episode, I think that's why I didn't like it, because it's like everything up until that point was just kind of like, oh, they're assassins, like they're kind of young girls, but they're assassins and they use guns and
They got their
serial killers and
specialties.
stuff. They have little specialties, and then robot girl with and fire pheromone powers. Just here, take all of it and
was Robo Girl.
10-minute segment.
I don't understand what you don't get about Robot Girl. She was just Robot Girl.
Shut
she didn't
up.
have arms and
It
legs,
doesn't
and she had
make-
robot parts instead. Like, what's so confusing about that?
Because otherwise, other than the fact
Because
that
we
it's-
don't actually have that kind of
Yeah, we
technology.
don't
Well,
have-
there was also
well,
the
everyone
person
else.
who never aged.
Yeah, that was
Touche.
pretty dumb.
Like,
That was pretty dumb.
That one was what? Like, we're gonna just talk about stupid stuff. There was that one,
Yeah.
and then I don't know. Was there another really stupid one?
Okay, there is a disease that keeps people young.
Yeah, it doesn't keep you.
But it doesn't make you
perfectly
immortal.
15 years old for 100 years. It doesn't do that.
Is there any way I can get a disease that does
Yeah.
do that?
It was come on. When you want to talk about like just bullshitty stuff, like I don't know, robot appendages is like a common theme in fantasy.
But this
stuff.
wasn't trying to be fantasy.
But it wasn't trying to be realistic.
It seemed like it was trying to be more
Now
realistic than that.
pheromones was bullshit.
Yeah,
Wait,
and that's
wait.
when they brought in the robot thing.
I see forever all day. I'll accept the robots. Pheromones was bullshit, and the whole Benjamin Button disease was bullshit.
Also, with Robot Girl when she fell, how did she survive that?
'Cause she's a robot.
She's got an adamantine skeleton.
Yeah, what do you?
That
Because
was
she's a
cool.
robot. You answered your own question in your description of the question. How did Robot Girl just survive the fall? Because she's a robot.
So
But-
dumb.
Overall, just final.
Overall, I actually like the show. I think I gave it a 7, but I can't check because I don't have my laptop.
Yeah, I give it a 7.
Like overall, like,
Other than like a couple moments, it was fairly
it was
good.
enjoyable. I enjoyed it.
It was really good until just those last few
The last,
things.
the last 3 episodes are kind of disappointing.
And it's just like, I'm not gonna get my really cool ending. I also didn't get an ending boss rush.
No.
Why did you think that was gonna happen?
Because
was
They
obvious-
did
No,
bring
no,
everyone
because
back though.
when I first
As
wanted,
puppets.
when I first said,
No, at the very end, in the
Oh,
epilogue,
this-
everyone's still
His
alive.
epilogue.
when I first said I wanted it to be like Katana Gatari, there's a boss rush at the end of that still.
Okay, yeah, you're right. You got a point.
And then it just didn't happen.
And I want to watch Katana Gatari
Sonic Guitar is so good.
Later.
again. All right, what's next on our list?
Okay, Usagi.
Usagi, yes. God, I loved that show so much. It was so great.
You're just doing this to troll me.
No, I'm not. I genuinely enjoyed every single episode. It was just like, boom, happiness time.
I remember. Okay, the episode. I know. We didn't talk about it.
We can talk about a lot of them.
Because there's not much to talk about, to be
Okay.
fair.
Well, I mean,
No, hey, no. This
Okay.
is important.
Sorry.
This is important. When Coco is a child,
Oh
a
God,
very
yes.
young child, she goes to France with her older sister,
She's a witch!
and she turns the grandfather into a rabbit. I think.
But here's the thing: you gotta realize that at some point, I'm sure Chino's gonna find out, and then will Chino ever be able to accept Coco as her bigger sister?
Man,
If
you
she-
have no idea how much I don't give a fuck.
If she, but will she be able to handle that when when she knows the truth?
And now that she's already starting to accept her as her older sister,
Like, no, it's so intense. It was so hardcore.
the family relations, Jay.
Or like when everyone found out Shara was poor and she was all like, "Oh no, now they'll shun me." It was like boom. It was like a roller coaster of emotions.
I love sorrow.
Shara was by far like I wanted Coco. Remember the first episode? I'm like, Coco, she's awesome. Then Shara came along and she was just so much better
In every way.
in every way.
And then
like,
she gets drunk on coffee.
it's so great. Like, but the thing is, all the characters are awesome in it. Like,
No,
really, who do you not like?
I don't like Formal Girl. I don't like Coco.
Former girl's that the Japanese
Yeah.
specialty. Yeah.
Really, she okay. She's good, but in a supporting. She's a support for Coco.
Yeah.
She's Coco's backup
She's also Sorrow's backup.
sometimes, but she's more. That's more like
They live
storyline.
next to
No,
each
that's
other.
storyline. But as just pure character interaction,
Yes,
She's
interaction is-
Coco's backup, and she, boom, she lets Coco. They just play off each other in such a great way. All their scenes are awesome.
And I don't like
Like
both
when
of them,
she-
so...
When she
How do you not like Coco?
'Cause Coco's an idiot.
God, I loved Coco.
So-
Really, I thought you'd find something in common with Coco, Jay.
I already did. She's good at math. And that made me hate her more.
The only thing that you have in common.
It definitely isn't the only thing I have in common, but it's the only thing I'm willing to acknowledge that I have in common with her.
Oh. But yeah, the cat. I thought the entire cast was great. Even the author girl who's just
Author Girl.
Oh, I
Actually,
hate her.
Author Girl was probably my favorite.
Author
Oh,
girl
I
was
hated
also
her.
great. She just like showed up randomly and like just
was
dropped
like-
life advice to literally a myriad of different people.
Okay,
She just
no, it wasn't life advice. She would just speak about the situation in flowery language, which is why I did not like her.
I thought she was so.
But there was
great.
that whole episode where she was trying to get a new job. I love that episode.
Okay, that episode was pretty good.
And also, this is I saw this post. It was a few frames of the manga, because the manga's continuing,
Oh, joy.
and it was
Second season, cross my fingers.
Oh God, I hope so too. It was where Coco's actual big sister comes to visit,
Yeah.
and what happens is her big sister meets the author girl, and she's like the big sister's talking to someone she met on the park bench because that's what the author girl did, and she's just talking about like how much she loves this book, and they're just like making jokes like and I got this from this book and I love it so much. He's like I wrote that book. She's like you kid her, because she doesn't seem like someone who's could do anything.
Very true.
Oh god, the whole cast was just really solid in the show. I mean, yeah, nothing happened, but that's what it's.
It's a slice of life.
It was total slice of life. No,
no plot.
Exactly, no plot. But I loved every single episode. The cast was super strong in this one. I think I gave it an 8.
Jay.
You like 5, 6. I don't like it.
I'll give it a 7. Like I would give it an 8, but it was a bit too cutesy.
It was really cutesy.
It was really
It was
cutesy.
definitely.
If you can get over the cutesiness, it's a pretty damn good show.
It's definitely really cutesy.
If you could get over pointlessness, it's also probably pretty good. Something I couldn't do.
Well, I mean, that's what a slice of life is.
Not all of them are just absolute pointlessness.
Really, most of the best ones are. The best ones just are, boom, pure character stuff.
Look,
Like,
if it gave me a dance number, I could probably like it.
if
just
it had
like-
a dance number, you probably would have loved it.
Yeah, just...
I even like the opening and ending to songs.
What was next?
Flag.
Flag. Oh my god, Flag.
Why are you getting so excited all the time?
Because I love both of these shows. Flag was so great. I remember when you picked
No,
Flag.
it was great up until like episode
Oh
10.
god, I know. Actually, the ending was just awful. But like, I think it's because they rushed it. I think they tried to do you could feel just the pace, just like building, and then just like whoop, boom, it just like took off and just
Yeah,
the
they didn't
weird-
even have enough time to actually get the I think 10th girl.
Yeah.
I don't know, the idol girl. She doesn't actually like get an actual character.
No, she just like shows up, boom, and then it's like, oh,
She
we're
shows
doing
up,
something
becomes
else.
friends with the night girl, and then
And then
and then in the final
And
episode,
then-
she's just there and she's like, "I'm not doing this for you."
yeah, exactly. They had to speed
Do
it
this
up
for
way too
everybody.
much. It should have been a 20 episode show.
Maybe not 20.
I know, it would have had to be something like 15, 16.
I was gonna say just put an extra episode or 2 in there, so it's 13 or 14.
That's true. But it definitely should have. But up until I don't just track that from the show itself because that's budget and other stuff. Like
Yeah.
that's beyond the show itself.
No, that's still technically part of the show. Just
I-
saying.
Overall, I don't think it did. I mean, yeah, the last couple episodes were just like, what is going on? I have no clue.
It was fucking confusing.
It was super.
It
You're like-
goes Matrix power.
It goes like Matrix, and then like fighting like ships. Like the final boss is like the ship that has been haunting him.
that
It's
was one
just-
thing I wanted to bring up. Is that just last 2 episodes? They're like, oh yeah, the primary antagonist are called Angel Boat. We're not gonna explain anything about them. You're just gonna fight Angel Boat. Now.
Exactly. It was just. It definitely totally didn't. They like the pacing was just destroyed at the very end. But from 1 to like what 9.
No, yeah, I think 10 was when they brought in the
Yeah,
last
10 is
girl.
when it got weird. Episodes 1 to 9 were incredible. And when you claimed it, I'm like, God damn it, Jay. Not another multiple choice, which I hated.
Hey, you guys
We
need to
all
watch
hated
the
multiple
OVA.
choice.
What's up?
We all hated multiple
Yes,
choice.
it was not good.
And there's an OVA out.
Ah, we know.
And you guys gotta watch it. I watched it.
Congratulations.
But-
You gotta watch
Flag,
it now.
I loved Flag. I'm definitely reading the manga just for the same story, but with better pacing.
It was pretty good. It was way better than I expected.
Yeah.
And
Surprise hit.
yeah, it was awesome until they the thing is, it would have been great even if they didn't have that whole plot. Like if it was just
Honestly, the plot kind of detracted from it.
the plot-
Especially when they had to rush the end.
Exactly. The plot actually hurt it the most. This show is an example of something that would have been better as just a slice of life. Because this was another one where the cast was super strong. Like, the cast was the best part of the show.
Yeah, I actually liked the cast in this,
The
and
cast
I
was-
would have been fine.
Definitely high, like, probably... It's easily top 5 harems, maybe top 3. Don't have a hard list.
Why do you even have a pseudo list of harems in your head?
Well,
Because
the
he
best-
loves harems.
The best one is Kohimi Muso. This actually might be the second best harem, but I could be forgetting stuff. This is just off the top of my head. But it's up there in probably top 3 of best harems.
Do you remember that weird one episode in it, which I don't think we talked about it, where it just all of a sudden got super dark?
Yeah, really, he's just like super depressed. He's like, I'm gonna kill myself.
But no, like it got super dark because it showed a world without him in it, and just everyone
yeah.
died.
He wasn't there to stop the crash in the very first episode, so the night girl died.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It was really. It was. Just, I know exactly. What you're saying. It was just like really, really dark. The only flaws with it is just the pacing with the plot at the very end. I think that's it. Because I think the whole mystery of it was great in the beginning. I think every problem I had with the show would be fixed in reading a better paced manga. Just something with better pacing. That was the only problem it had. Is pacing problems at the end.
Maybe the manga's actually paced like that.
That'd be weird too.
That was.
But I think I gave it an 8 or a 9. I think I was gonna give it a 9 and bumped it down to 8 because of the pacing issues.
I don't even know what I gave it. In fact, I technically haven't hard rated anything yet.
Yeah, I haven't actually hard rated these shows.
I did all of mine already.
So I might change.
But I might have bumped it from 10 to 9. So it's an 8 or a 9 for me. I don't remember exactly which. But I love this one.
Next.
Okay, you
No
guys.
Game, No Life.
No Game, No Life.
That's the other one we all watched.
Ah.
Humanity.
Fuck yeah!
I just didn't care. Like, I watched it. It was, like, interesting, but I just didn't care, really.
Really?
Like, it just...
Hmm.
It didn't really do
Do
anything
you not
for
like
me.
fun time adventures in Fantasyland?
Where you go to a fantasy land and
And
then
you
go
can't-
into a video game?
Or you can't be mugged because fighting's against the laws?
Like, I don't know. I wanted to like it. I guess it's just the whole super-powered nature of the main two characters. That it was just... I don't know. It was just like...
You mean they're really intelligent? They're not superpowered at all.
They have no super.
In fact, they're going up against a bunch of people that do have superpowers.
You can... I mean, you say it's really intelligent, but, like, just the way it was... It was like the cheap kind of intelligence. Like, this was my plan the whole time.
Yeah, Death Note.
Like,
Yeah.
exactly. But that was the stupid part of Death Note. Like, when it was just like...
No.
You...
The stupid part of Death Note was the one really long contrived plan where it involves him erasing his memories to go through this whole thing.
But that's what it seemed like. Where they even had one where he disappears himself so his sister can find out and she can solve it. Part of my plan the whole time. I don't know. I just
But
that
the
whole
sister's already set up to be super smart.
that whole archetype of like, oh, every flaw I made was actually my plan. I just that detracts
The
it from
thing
me.
is,
That takes it away from me.
Other than the whole disappearing thing, what other flaws did they make? Oh, well, no.
When they're like, oh,
Oh,
rock,
they're-
paper, scissors is actually a strategy game.
It is.
Yeah.
Haven't you... There's papers written
Ugh.
on changing the rules of rock, paper, scissors slightly. Like making winning with rock worth 2 points.
Yeah.
Instead of... And everything else winning is 1 point.
What is that?
Because then it changes people's mindsets.
Yeah.
So they're probably going to
So
choose rock
using
more
rock-
often.
Oh, well, if you start changing the rules, of course it becomes strategy related. But as it is,
That's what they did!
He changed the rules of rock paper scissors by saying he would only use
I see
one.
what you're saying. Okay,
So there was he had built in a strategy.
I see.
Oh, look, yeah, there were some stupid things, but that made it great.
I don't know. I mean, it was good, but it just I don't know. It didn't really do it for me like Flag.
I do like the final thing where it's like, I'm tired of fighting about this whole gaming thing. Let's just flip a coin and just stabs it into the ground. I enjoyed it.
So did I.
I mean, I enjoyed it when I watched
Nathan
it.
apparently enjoys everything here.
I did enjoy this past season.
I mean, it was a really strong season. But I don't know. It didn't do any. It just didn't do it for me. I think I gave it a 7. I mean, because it was good. I enjoyed it, but I'm not gonna rant and rave it. I might give it a 6 or 7. I think.
I still like Problem Children more, though.
Yeah.
Problem Children, I think, just had more heart to it for me.
I like Problem Children more because, yes, one more heart. 2, I wasn't bleeding out of my eyes with the color scheme sometimes.
Actually, the art was one of my favorite parts of it. I liked the art.
Sometimes the color scheme was like, okay, this is a bit much. It's a little weird.
That was actually one of the parts I enjoyed most. So, what did you guys give it?
I'm probably gonna give it an 8.
I'd go 9.
I really enjoyed it.
I gave it a 6 or 7.
Now to move on to the creme de la creme.
JoJo! I mean, but you can't really say much about JoJo other than...
What do you... Abdul died!
Well, yeah, Abdul died, but...
That's kind of a big deal.
Yes.
They lose one of the core members.
That is true. They do lose a very core member.
You know,
Jay, stop! Don't spoil anything.
I was gonna say, apparently, while we were playing the JoJo video game that I picked up, we're able to be heard outside on the street.
Really?
Yes, we're that loud.
I can understand that.
Especially when Joseph goes, "Oh no!"
Joseph is really the best. He's even great in this one here, even though he's not the main character.
In this one here, he says, "Oh no," even more.
He does say "oh no" a lot. That's because he's old. He's worried about things.
So let's see here. They killed a bunch of tarot cards that we don't need to know the name of. And we got introduced to Hold Horse also.
It's not Hold Horse, it's Hold
Hold
Horse.
Horse.
Whole horse. Yeah.
There's no D.
Shut up.
Wait, in the latest one, do you see the latest one?
I saw
Yes.
it, yeah.
Whole horse died.
Did he? I don't know. I
You
forgot.
haven't seen the latest one then?
I guess maybe I haven't
I
seen the
guess we
latest
just
one.
spoiled that one for you.
Oh. Maybe he didn't, 'cause I thought I saw him get eaten or something, and murdered or killed.
He takes a shot to the arm, and it gets blown up by Justice.
No.
I need to sneeze.
Bless you, Jay.
Bless him.
Oh, thanks.
Oh yeah, Abdul's dead. They killed Centerfold, or whatever his name is. Is it Centerfold?
It's Centerfold. Why is it
Yeah,
Centerfold?
his name's Centerfold.
Cause I don't know.
Polnareff has
Because
his...
the song
name.
Centerfold?
Honestly, probably.
Yeah.
90% positive it's
It's
that.
almost
Oh.
definitely because of the song.
Oh, they sent the little girl home.
Yeah,
After
but she's already
twice.
back twice, so I don't.
Yeah, she's
I
gonna...
definitely see
assume,
her coming back
I
again.
assume she's gonna show up again. But
I-
she showed up again, and they sent her packing again.
It's like, I haven't read any part of part 6, so I don't know. But knowing that they continue on with the lineage, is she Jotaro's wife?
I mean, it's quite an age difference.
Quite an age. No, it's
like-
only like
It's
10
like-
years.
10 years.
Like I was just saying, quite an age difference.
Well, I mean, in 10 years isn't that much of
mean-
an age difference.
Eh.
Well, honestly, maybe it's the only female lead we've seen so far. But I mean, in the first one, was it? No, not the first.
Susie Q.
Yeah, Susie Q. Susie Q was just like he just like shows up, hey, and we're getting married. It's just like he just totally just randomly marries Susie Q. They kind of just throw her in there at the very end. So they, I mean, it's possible just throwing it.
Who's Susie Q? I don't remember.
She's the one that AC/DC attached to AC/DC's brain attached to her back
She
and
was,
threatened to melt her entire bone.
she was the assistant to
Lisa.
Lisa.
Oh, okay.
She like just was in the mansion and assisting. She was like the maid
Okay.
in
Yeah.
the mansion.
Yeah,
What, you didn't call Susie Q being marrying Joseph?
No, I didn't.
I did.
I thought she was just maid in the mansion, and then
No, they totally had a thing. I felt it.
So yeah, that I mean, they could very easily just bring in someone else, or it could be the little girl. So it could go either way with that.
But yeah, JoJo's still going.
Jojo's gonna be
still
going for a while.
And it's gonna be going for a while, which I'm so happy about.
Yes,
It's
it's gonna be
great.
so awesome.
I really just want them to get to Dio.
That's gonna take like
Yeah, good feeling.
5 months.
Ah, you're right.
All right.
Is that ever... You guys watched other
I
stuff.
watch other stuff.
We watched Mahoka no Retsu or whatever it's called.
Oh, I stopped
That's
watching
good.
Mahoka after like 8 episodes.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just so slow. You
It
know?
is pretty slow. You know what they're doing right now?
What's that?
They're at a school competition.
It was just so slow, and it kind of suffered from the same thing that I felt No Game No Life suffered from. We're just like, the MC's just like,
Okay.
Part of
yeah,
my plan
he's a
the
Mary
whole
Sue.
time.
Okay, he's a Mary Sue.
Exactly. And that's the problem I really had with the other...
In No Game No Life, he's not a Mary Sue. He doesn't have any power except for his intelligence. That's all he has.
But when every challenge is just games, I mean, it's just... Intelligence is their power. Their power is intelligence.
Yeah, but if someone challenged them to just a physical strength game, they'd lose.
No, they wouldn't, though. They'd find some way to win via intelligence. They would still win, just via intelligence.
They probably wouldn't compete.
Okay. Yeah, they'd go like, nope, I'm out of here. But if someone charged them to an arm wrestling contest, they wouldn't win.
I legitimately think if they got challenged to an arm wrestling contest, they would find a way to win via intelligence.
It's like, you never said we can't take down the table!
Exactly, like, it'd be something like that. And I legitimately do think that would happen. I think they suffer from just Mary Sue-ness.
Okay.
I think that's really my biggest complaint. With
If they did that, then yes, they are just Mary Sues.
And that's the same thing with Mahoka, where it's just...
Yeah.
Although, I mean, I just didn't follow up with it after I got back home. That was pretty much what I did. And then, so, maybe I'll catch up. Maybe I won't. I don't know. I just didn't really care. Like, I just didn't care at all.
Anything else?
Actually, well, I've watched a couple others. Sidonia, which I actually didn't finish. I watched up to 11, and then I found out that in the week that I didn't watch 12, they put the whole thing up on Netflix, so I started rewatching it from the beginning. So I'm on episode like 3 or something.
Okay.
But Sidonia is awesome, and I think you guys should both watch it in free time. And it's up on Netflix even.
Any other shows?
I also... Oh, God. So I watched Nanana. Did you guys watch that?
No, but I know why I didn't. I have a decent... I don't remember.
Okay, well, it was the other girl ghost in the room. And it actually started out really... The premise I really liked. It was just like... Basically, that she was like some super person, and she like... There was like dungeons. Basically, there's this super island, kind of like a... What's that Railgun and other thing?
Index.
Index. In the whole Index Railgun, kind of like the
Yeah.
island of just kids. It was the kid island.
Yeah.
So it's basically kind of thing like that, but there's just dungeons all over the place with these like special items that she found, and that's how like this girl founded the island basically with these special treasures she found, and she made dungeons to hide them again. And so I thought it was gonna be like, this sounds awesome. It's just gonna be like dungeon hunting, like the show. Like it's like gonna be Indiana Jones. I was so excited. It wasn't like that at all.
Of course.
It's just so not like I think that's what I thought it was gonna be, and it was just not that. It was a whole bunch of like, I don't know, youth power and stuff like that, and I had to force myself to watch like the last 2 or 3 episodes. I was just like, oh my god, just be done with this. And it was one of those things where it became really confusing, and like with all these secret groups and societies and who's working for who, but they didn't explain enough to where it was like interesting. It was just really like, okay, there's another group of people that are doing maybe something. So that was my problem with that. Then I watched Bokura wa Kawaii So. It was basically a dorm life one, and it was also just it was funny, but I don't know. It was funny at times, but overall it was eh. I also had to force myself to finish that one. I think that is everything I watched.
I told you guys that Yu-Gi-Oh! Zexal finished, and it's like my top tier of card game shows. It's incredible.
My top tier of card game. See, you say it's weird that I have top harems. You have top card game shows.
Well, all of them are Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon.
I got a card game show you should watch, Jay.
No!
How many Pokemon card game shows are there?
Well, it's show of something that's a game.
Okay.
But Zexal is awesome. Arc V, it's Arc V, right? Yeah, it's Arc V.
5.
Yu-Gi-Oh! Arc V, pissing me off.
Really?
Yeah, because, they release,
Pendulums?
No, the pendulums are fine. I don't give a fuck about those. It's the fact that the main character's the only one with pendulums right now. because magic rained pendulum cards into his hand in the first episode.
Really?
Yes, it's really bad. And 2, all the duels are action duels. So they ride the monsters around, and then they go and pick up a card that's just laying around, and then they can immediately use the card, because random cards are scattered everywhere. And that's a huge shift change from, like, Zexal, which was, we only have the cards in our deck, and we're actually playing the game. We're not running around and playing this imaginary game that people and fans can't really play.
Didn't you say, like, you didn't have a problem when they were riding around on motorcycles or something?
That's because it mostly stuck to the same rules. They just had motorcycles on autopilot. It was really dumb, but it was just something dynamic to watch.
Okay.
But also that 5Ds gets really dumb at the end. Especially because synchro summoning powers the city. I see the face you're looking. It's like I don't understand what you're saying.
I don't really understand Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yu-Gi-Oh gets kind of dumb in the cartoons.
Yu-Gi-Oh gets kind of dumb in real life.
Nah, it's great.
Oh my god. Like, I've seen paragraphs of text on a single card.
Yeah, it's great.
It's confusing as shit. It's so much more complicated than Magic. Alright.
And Black Bullet.
Oh, I did also watch Black Bullet.
Dude, he comes back at the end. My favorite character.
I knew you'd be happy.
And he was so badass, too.
He was pretty badass.
Like, my favorite line he says is, he enters the camp again, and, like, he gets surrounded by all the people, and they're like, wait, didn't this guy declare war on, like, all of us? And, like, his little kid assistants all like, can I kill them all?
His
can
daughter?
Yeah, daughter.
His daughter was pretty great.
But it's like, can I kill them all? And he's just like, you may kill half of them. It's just, so unapologetically evil.
The thing that confused me the most about the show was why anyone fought for the humans. It's just
because
like,
all the humans are dicks.
Literally, I don't think a single other than like the mayor. Every other human is like the worst piece of garbage ever.
Yeah, if you like a show, where you could get over the fact that school classrooms of children are murdered for having different colored eyes, like, or they pour lead on their eyes to hide their eyes.
It's the weirdest thing. Like, the only thing that confused me is why anyone was on the human side.
Because they're humans.
It just made no sense. Like, literally, the humans had no argument for their side, while the other dude, Mask Guy
was great.
Mask Guy just had, like, he's like, because humans are dicks, so I'm gonna kill them all. I was like, that makes sense to me. Like, he had the best argument there was.
And then, like, how he saves the main character's life, and the main character's like, why'd you do that? That's not how I want you to die.
Oh, man. It was also pretty enjoyable. I liked Black Bullet. It was fun.
Should we go on to the new stuff? Unless you got something, Nathan?
Well, I watched Breakblade.
Oh yeah, how was Breakblade at the end?
The first 4 episodes are pretty damn boring, but after that it starts getting more and more combat intensive. Where I think like the 10th episode, maybe the 11th one, it's basically just one guy fights the main character and like they kind of get to a standstill, but then the main character's mech shuts down, and then that guy who's fighting just starts taking on like an entire enemy squad, just like an elite squad just come down and they just spend the rest of the time fighting. It's pretty awesome.
I just remember I dropped it after the 2nd episode. I'm like,
yeah,
I'm just bored as crap.
The first few episodes are so boring.
Yeah.
But the last few were worth it. Oh, I love the combat. And then I also watched Selector Infected Wickrus.
Oh yeah, that was last season.
Card game.
The card game. Where they don't show you how to play or anything like that.
Don't spoil that one. I actually am pretty interested in watching
Okay, I won't spoil it, but I'd say the second half is darker than I expected. And they said they're gonna have a second season.
Oh, is it confirmed?
They confirmed it at the end.
Gotcha.
Just like, we're coming back in fall.
That's pretty cool.
So
I'll probably definitely pick it up then.
I'm gonna watch the second season because I want to know what happens now. But like, I'm not gonna say it's a good show, because I don't think it is. It's like a 5 or a 6.
Oh wow.
But the ending was just like I kind of want to know what happens now.
I heard pretty mixed things about it, like both that good and bad. So I'm gonna check it out.
One thing I do like about this new Yu-Gi-Oh series, going back to still being on card games, they actually use all the forms of summoning and not just Exceeds.
Yeah, but don't you like what? So Exceeds and Synchro? That's like it.
Exceeds, Synchro, Fusion, and now Pendulum.
Oh, Fusion.
And Tribute.
Yeah, but apparently no one tributes according to you.
I Tribute.
Tributes. I think that's all from the last season.
Yeah.
All right, talk about new season then.
Oh yeah, the new
So
season.
our main picks are
You go first, and we'll just talk about that one.
Rail Wars.
Fuck you.
It's like it's not. I don't even know why you guys think it's that bad. It's not
Okay.
that bad. It's like
It's not that bad. I just dislike the pink-haired girl, or red-haired girl.
Red-haired girl.
I hate the
So-
name.
Really, the name is what sold me
You-
on it.
Yep.
Like the name is what got me.
I watched a show called Breakblade. I don't really care if it's called Rail Wars. Breakblade is a
They're like-
much worse name.
They're like train police, and they're saving the day. And
I don't get this fascination with trains.
I don't know. It's a train. I guess I caught the train bug.
Trains.
I mean, I don't really get it either, but I guess I caught the bug because I don't know. I liked it, and I mean I enjoyed it. They were fun episodes. I mean they're not great. They're not gonna make it's not anime of the season, but I don't know. It's fun. It's lighthearted and it's not bad. It's not boring. I don't have to force myself to watch it unlike other stuff.
I do.
Really?
Really.
Well,
Especially
I
when
enjoy
it's just like, trains.
It's so intense. In the
okay,
second episode,
the first 10 episode or first 10 minutes of the second episode were boring as hell.
But that's like I said. You think it's just gonna be like, oh, is this really all it's gonna be? It's gonna be like working or something.
Except for not nearly as charming or funny.
Yeah. Like it's and then boom, bomb threat. And they're like, what? It's like bomb threat. It's not just bomb threat. Bombs go off.
I'm really wondering if it's gonna have this sudden shift in every episode.
I would love that if they're just like helping people out and then just like terrorists arrive.
Well, I thought the description was that someone's gonna try and privatize that that railroad organization.
Oh, I would love it if they actually went into train-on-train combat.
It'd be up.
Shut up.
On.
Don't let them know I'm fact checking.
There.
There it is.
Yeah,
Hold on, I'm just reading in my head.
just reading it. But yeah, okay. I do. So far, it seems like every female character is kind of fan service character.
Super fan servicey.
Do you really think that's a little
Okay,
fan
actually,
servicey.
the brown-haired girl isn't really all that much.
The boss.
No, the boss is super fan servicey.
Okay. The first boob girl turns out to be the least fan servicey character.
Honestly, I didn't even notice the whole butt thing until
Yeah,
you brought
I
it
wouldn't
up.
have noticed it either, Nathan.
okay,
Why are you
Nate's
staring at...
Nate's got the eye for that.
No,
Nate's staring at anime girl asses over here.
I mean, I did not notice at all until you brought it up, and then I'm like, oh wow, Nate's right.
And it's really defined
It's
after
really
Nate brings it up.
She's definitely ass girl.
The reason I noticed it is it's the same thing with Sonico. I dislike her so much that I start focusing on her.
I think that's what you just. I think that's lust innate.
No, that's like
Hey,
someone
Nate.
with a big boil on their fucking face, and you just stare at it all the time, even though you know you're not supposed to.
Hey Nate, you want a Super Sonico sticker?
No, I don't. Screw you, Jay.
I have a Supersonic sticker.
You have a Supersonico boob mouse
I
pad.
do have a Supersonic boob mouse pad. I have been actively using it all week, actually.
Yeah, he's dead.
We spent too much money at AX.
You guys spend too much money. At
Shut up,
AX.
Nate.
I spent like $100.
I spent way more than that.
I spent way more than that.
So yeah, Rail Wars.
All right. What was your pick of?
Mine is Aldnoah.Zero,
Aldnoah.Zero.
which I've only seen the first episode of. This I think this the second episode's out.
Is it out?
I think it came out
came out-
earlier today.
Yeah,
okay.
earlier today.
Well, I'll probably wait.
So the first episode.
Mars is gonna fuck some shit up.
Yeah, I mean, it was weird because the way they set it up was just so weird. I think we talked about it earlier. They're just like,
we didn't.
oh, well, Nate and me did, I think.
I talked to Truman about it.
All right, so here's what they're
I'll
like.
just be left out. Then.
So the people.
Like,
Like
I
the
don't
terrorists.
think it's weird.
When the princess visits, there's like the terrorists, and they're like, we're gonna kill the princess. What I took it as, and I think Nate took it as the same thing he said, was they were like
I said it's a possibility.
they were the veterans of the war beforehand that they had alluded to, and they're like angry, so they're gonna get their revenge. But that didn't make any sense because as soon as the princess dies, Mars was just like, all right, we're gonna just fuck you guys up.
I actually think that it's the generals, or like the Mars generals,
Yeah,
just to
well,
cause a war.
What I said was
Yeah, this is what I said.
that
It's a
the
possibility.
people were the human Earth veterans, but they were being manipulated by the Mars general.
Whatever. It's
Because
still
the Mars general was super evil. He's like,
He's
how
all like-
terrible would it be if the princess were to die?
We'd
We have to respond with force.
We might have to even just destroy the planets.
And he was just like the most evil thing you could possibly say. And I'm like, wow, really?
That being said, I'm gonna be upset if the princess is dead.
She's definitely not dead.
She better not be dead.
Like, it would just be really weird if like
They spent a lot of time introducing her just to kill her immediately
I
in
would
the
be
first
so
episode.
blown away if that's what they did. Like, it would really shock me if like they just said it because they set her up as like the critical character of the show, of the series. If they killed her off in the first episode, it's gonna blow my mind.
The mechs look cool though.
Yeah.
This very
mechs did
few
look-
moments we saw of
The
it.
mix did look pretty cool.
What do you guys think is gonna happen to the Earth boy on the ship?
He's gonna be like the hero or something. They're gonna set it up
Are
where
you
like
sure?
he's gonna be like
He's gonna find the princess.
yeah he's gonna
Okay.
be like he's
That I
gonna
get.
somehow get in the super mech and no one else wants me to do it but
What
I'll do it.
super
With the
mech?
power. They'll find it. He'll get a super mech.
I don't think he's gonna get.
I
a
don't
mech.
think there's gonna be a super mech.
And then there'll be Earth Super Mech, and there'll be rivals, and it'll be one of those like I don't know who to root for kind of.
Well,
things.
then who are the school kids gonna be? What are they gonna do?
They're gonna have the other Super Mech, and they'll be for Earth side. It'll be Mars side and Earth side, and it'll be one of those who do I root for? It's like Code Geass or something.
Code Geass, you rooted for Lelouch,
I rooted for Suzaku, the White Knight dude.
who eventually goes to Lelouch.
Well, eventually, but throughout the majority of the series, you're like, oh, they're both the good guys. Who do I root
But
for?
you know Suzaku's.
well, you know he's
not
not
on
going.
the right
You
side.
know he's not the main character, but
No, you know he's not on the right side.
yes, and it's gonna be just like that with here. You know, the kid won't be right, but you know he'll still want him to not lose. You know, it'll be the same thing. He's gonna be one of those characters. I don't know a term for it, but
Okay.
I don't know.
Terms. Who needs those?
Third one. Oh, Kame got killed.
No.
No. Mine.
Oh yeah, the
Is-
one the ghost one that we just saw. Well, I
Yeah.
guess it's not all ghosts, because
Rokujyōma no Shinryaku. Someone help me.
You
Whatever.
you
It's
nearly
the-
said it, Jay.
it's the cheap
I
apartment
know.
one. I don't care what the name was.
But we need to know the name. Shinryaku-sha. Shinryaku-sha.
Oh God, Rokujyōma no Shinryaku-sha. Oh, that's not that bad.
I can't say words that... I can barely say English words.
Apparently.
Yeah.
I don't know. It looked,
That was the greatest
It-
first episode.
it was actually pretty. It was.
that
pretty
was
funny.
a good first episode.
It was. I don't know, but will it carry? I don't know.
I-
It seemed like something that might die out. I
But
hope
might.
it carries, but
But
Okay,
you-
it depends
you
on
were-
how good the characters are.
Exactly.
We don't know how good the characters are yet because they just brought in like 5 of them at once, and we're like, look at crazy shit going on.
Yeah, you were all like, okay, so this is the main character. Wow, he seems pretty boring. Wait, he's a part of the knitting club.
He's an archaeologist.
okay.
He's an
The
archaeologist.
character was just so. It's just like the last thing. I don't know. He's like first he's an archaeologist. It's just like I don't know. It's just a weird profession. Like, it's just
He's an archaeologist while he's still in high
he's
school.
in high school, and yet he's also an archaeologist.
Okay,
He's the
I don't think
Grunsworth
he's
of the
actually an archaeologist.
archaeologist.
I think he's just working at a dig site.
But I don't.
Like he's helping an archaeologist.
I get it. It's just weird. It's weird. If it was like almost there's so many other things they could have picked for like some kind of part-time job-ish thing. They picked archaeology, and that's just weird. It's like a weird specific thing.
Yeah.
And
But
then
they needed a way for him to fall into that cavern and meet the statue lady.
but they could have. There's still you could have done that 100 different ways, other than archaeology.
How? How would you have done it?
Literally falling in any kind of hole. Anywhere.
But there had to be someone there to get him to the hospital.
any kind of hole anywhere with someone else nearby. It's
But it had.
it was
but
weird. It was
archaeology actually makes sense for him falling into a hole and finding a statue.
But the hole wasn't even at a dig site. It just happened in the ground.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, okay, but it was near the dig site. That's the
But
thing.
he was just walking along the ground. And
He was
then
walking
just
from one dig site to another. They said that. They're like, hey, we need you over at the other site. Okay, I'll go over there. Walks over, falls in, and finds an ancient statue.
Exactly. It was just in the middle of the ground.
And then he's part of the knitting club.
Which is just... What? Like, at first I thought it was going to be one of those, like, oh, we call ourselves that, but it's something else. No, it's the knitting club. He is in the knitting club.
And he's a baseball star. Former baseball star.
Yeah, and former baseball star gone knitting club. It just blows my mind. Like,
Oh, and he has a
what?
stalker.
Oh yeah, and there's the stalker, which will be introduced later.
No, the stalker was introduced, I'm telling you.
You think it was the magical girl?
Yes.
It may have been the magical girl.
They introduced so many archetypes in this. We go from ghost girl to magical girl to
Underground person.
Underground girl.
underground,
Which is always so
underground world conqueror. Wants to conquer the world. To aliens.
to a like really proud, bashful alien girl, and then just like a really calm alien girl.
Well, okay, the alien girl was an pretty obvious parody of what was that other magical girl show?
Good job. Good job.
Shoot, the techno magic.
Good job.
Damn, I totally forgot.
I literally hate techno magic to begin with.
But yeah, no, but that's what. I totally I'm spacing.
Okay.
But no, I think most of them. I think they're all parodies of other things.
Most likely. But it was great.
And then there was Landlady.
And then there's the whole episode 2 is just called More Invasions.
That's when I think the stalker will be introduced. I think the stalker's someone different.
The stalker is not someone different.
Because the stalker cared about the room, not the people.
Yes, but also when they're sitting at
Well,
the window
okay.
at the knitting club, the Earth girl or the underground girl's little robot things fly over to the window in stealth mode.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. That's what those little brown things were.
Oh.
Then I was like, I wonder what those are.
Maybe you're right. I don't know. Maybe.
Plus,
You might
the
be
stalker girl looked like she had the same hairstyle.
right. Yeah, she did actually.
Although magical girl or cosplayer, we haven't actually seen her do magic yet.
What do you mean? Yeah, she did.
She kind of did it in the background, but no one actually saw.
She literally she did that, and there was a magic seal.
But
And she
didn't
flies
do
in on
any-
a broom.
I mean, I think the joke is
They're
gonna.
just calling her cosplayer.
I
All
think
right.
the joke is gonna be they're gonna keep calling her just a cosplayer.
It's not. Oh, the joke is they're never actually going to see her do
Exactly,
magic.
that's gonna be
Yeah.
the joke.
So she's always just going to be a cosplayer to them.
But her voice is annoying. Back to my point.
I think that's part of the character.
It's so part of the character.
Yeah. It's not super annoying, but I get what you're coming from.
She's
Oh,
a
God.
whiny character.
All right. What
So,
about?
What other stupid shit did we watch while at AX?
At AX?
At AX?
Oh, I don't think I
We
watched.
watched
anything.
Bakumetsu
We watched
Rock.
Bakumetsu
Oh
Rock.
god, we did watch Bakumetsu Rock. I think I've slept through most of it, honestly.
No, because that was the first one we put on.
It was pretty boring.
It
It was. Then I just didn't care enough that I forgot.
yeah,
almost all
it's
of
not
it.
that.
Like I remember the intro, and then
It wasn't very good.
Sing-
it was really bad. Yeah.
Sengoku Rock with TVs and pop idols.
Which like sounds good. It sounds cool.
Where
but
all the
it's not, it's
samurais
just-
are singers. They're all idols.
But like honestly, it sounds like something I would totally be down for. And I just
and
wow,
then
it was,
what-
it was so bad. It was just awful. It was,
Oh, and we watched Lokudol.
I'm actually I'm gonna keep watching Local. I haven't seen 2 yet, but I am gonna continue watching Local.
That was just as boring.
I enjoyed that.
That was
more.
pretty boring.
They literally stood on stage, and then it would just zoom out to just a picture of the pool slowly panning as they talk.
And there would be one person that you'd see moving in the pool slowly along the.
I mean, I'm not saying it's gonna be a good show. I'm just gonna say I'm gonna continue watching it. I definitely. I mean, it's not great. Oh, actually, you know which one is good? I watched the first episode of what is it? Barakamon.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't, you should
I
check
watched
that
the
one
first
out.
episode.
I thought it was good. I thought
It was
pretty
okay.
solid.
It was okay. Kind of a meh.
It had
Oh.
it had kind of the what's it called? Usagi drop kind of feel.
Don't bring up that name. I read the manga, and the ending. the ending is
pre-manga. It's pre-manga.
the manga came first.
The anime.
It's anime like, not manga like.
Yeah.
There.
I know, but
Just
bringing
don't
it up.
don't even bring it up.
You
alright?
you haven't understood this pain when it comes to Usagi Drop.
Whatever.
I may watch the second episode of that, and if I don't like it more, I'm probably not gonna keep watching it.
We should probably talk about Akami.
What?
Akami
Oh yeah,
got
Akami got killed.
We might as well just go down our list right here of stuff we've seen.
Slowly.
So,
Akami got killed.
I thought they did a really good job of covering it. I enjoyed it totally.
I'm just glad to see White Fox not doing a slice of lifey thing right now.
Oh, is it White Fox?
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
I don't know
I didn't even
White
know
Fox
this.
is done.
Super Sonico,
Okay, I'm glad they're not doing that
Katana
anymore.
Gatari.
Katana Gatari,
Okay.
Steinsky.
Yeah,
No.
Usagi. Bunny Cafe.
Oh, they did Bunny Cafe?
They did Bunny Cafe, Supersonico, Katana Gatari.
So they were just all over the place.
Yeah.
And
They
I
don't,
think they did Steins Gate too,
maybe.
the anime.
Yeah, I think they did do Steins Gate the anime. Yeah,
So they've gotten two of my favorites and two of my why the fuck are you doing this?
like that was the reason I picked Rabbit Cafe.
Okay.
Was because it was White Fox, and that was also the reason I picked Supersonico.
So I'm gonna keep
I
up.
thought you picked Supersonico because of Supersonico.
A little bit of both.
I'm gonna keep up with that one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I cannot
I'm
wait till
pretty
my
sure
favorite character
all-
gets introduced.
I'm pretty sure all of us are going to be watching
and
that.
I think Jay, do you know who my favorite character is?
I do not because we haven't talked about it.
I mean, but you've
I
read the
don't-
manga, right?
I read all of it really quickly at the front, and then I've just been on the chapter by chapter update. So some of the characters that may have disappeared, I don't remember.
I thought you'd be pretty obvious who my main favorite character was.
I have a guess now that I'm thinking about the characters, but whatever.
All right, well, I'll bring it up when they get to it in the show.
I don't care.
But
I don't want to hear
Free the Eternal Summer,
I haven't seen season 1.
but you saw episode 1, sort of.
I mean, I'd have to see season 1. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those shows that I just didn't get around to.
It's a show that I actually really don't care about, but it's just fun to be hyped about it.
But what?
I don't know why I'm so hyped about it, but I don't like it.
Okay.
I think that's going to be how I am
What else?
next season with Selector.
Wait, what did we miss over there? What's that one above it?
Dramatical Murder.
Ooh, I gotta make sure to watch that.
Your favorite?
I haven't watched Ilya 2 yet.
Oh, I gotta start Ilya too. Oh, Gekken Shoujo. First episode, I loved. I thought it was the best first episode of what I've seen so far. It just, boom, it caught me, it reeled me in, and that is what I'm super excited about.
I don't care all that much for it. I watched the first episode and
Those are two
I
very
actually,
different opinions.
I preferred Barakamon to it, and Barakamon I'm on the fence about.
I saw Jinsai, and that was kinda, it was pretty It was one I might drop. You guys have seen
Did you
it?
ever get onto Love Stage?
Ooh, I did not see that. Maybe I will. What else is there?
Persona 4, the golden animation.
So-
Why is this being made?
Actually, no. What I heard about it is basically it's basically an anime about a New Game Plus run through. So the MC is just like awesome in all regards. He's just like a total badass at everything. It pretty much, apparently from what I've heard from people, is it's a New Game Plus run.
Did either of you watch Majimoji Urumo?
No.
Not yet.
Nope. Okay, I was just curious.
I plan on giving most things a first run.
Yeah,
not
I was
Momo
curious if any of you
Kyun's
thought that was
sword,
good.
though.
It's like,
'Cause I haven't seen it either.
I still need to see that. I still need to see Momo Kyun's sword.
I'm not even gonna bother with that one. That looks awful.
So the second season of Hamataru came out,
I don't know.
and it literally starts with the first episode of like a funeral mourning the main character of the first season.
Wait, I don't even know what this show. I know nothing about this show. I've never heard of it. Hamataru?
Think Darker Than Black, except for not nearly as emo, depressing, or confusing.
I see. That actually sounds decent.
But the first episode of the second season just had me confused the whole time because I'm all like, I don't remember. Oh, what's his name? It's something like Fun or Smile. I think it's Smile. I think his name is Smile. Literally, Smile. But I'm like, I don't remember him dying at the end of the first season. Why are we at his funeral?
That's weird.
I was just super confused, just thinking on that the whole episode.
Sabe Gabu. That's another one we can watch the first episode of.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I'm going to keep up with that one.
Yeah, I need to watch the second episode. Which has
I
been out for a
enjoyed it.
while.
I thought it was fun.
I hated it.
Really? I thought it was funny.
okay.
You people.
Oh god, Argvelian. That was the most boring thing
That was so
ever.
ugly too.
Like, talk about any kind of boring slice of life, and Argvelian will top it. It was the most boring thing ever. God.
Especially for something with mechs and war.
It was like, it's a war show with mechs, but it was so goddamn boring.
And ugly.
And took forever. Space Dandy 2.
I didn't see the first episode.
Oh, I saw the first episode.
No.
It was okay.
It starts off Space Dandy like.
Yeah.
That's good to know.
It's
Super-
still Space Dandy.
Super Space Dandy.
Should that be what we just call it now?
Super
Space
I
Dandy.
kind of like Super Space
Actually,
Dandy.
that works pretty well.
It's like a Nintendo sequel.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Sword Art Online 2.
I watched the entire season of the first one over 2 days, which were not today, but the 2 days before today. I watched all of the first season, all 25 episodes, so I could watch the first 2 episodes today. Man, the first 8 episodes of the first season are pretty damn good. After that, it's all just meh.
Yeah, that's pretty much.
It's so good, and then it's like, we're not gonna care about it anymore. You can just go have a family. You 16-year-old kid, go have a family.
It is just, I don't know, it just, well, for season 1, it just gets weird. Like, it just noticeably
Drops off.
Yeah, it just noticeably just drops off. And, like, I like what they did. Like, I like the story. I like that they didn't just pull I don't know, every other trapped in a video game show where it's just like they actually left the video game.
Yeah.
I did like that. I like that they did it. But then this show just got bad.
If they took out Yui, the cyber daughter, they took her out, and they cut the like, we're married and we're gonna go live by this lake for 4 episodes, down to like an episode. It'd be so much better.
Yeah, that's probably true.
But come on,
I saw the first episode only.
Yeah,
and,
so have I.
Oh my god.
Oh, so boring the first episode.
But Death Gun.
That is such a terrible name.
Such a stupid
My name and the name of this weapon are the same.
Death Gun!
It was like, oh my god. I think I cracked up in my room. It was like, wow, it's like you're not even trying.
Maybe it sounds cooler to Japanese people.
It has to. That has to be one of those things where it's all like English words put together sounds good.
Because, like I told you guys, it sounds like a 14-year-old's kind of username.
Yeah.
Death Gun.
It does.
It's like, we're trying to be dark. Like,
We're dark
darkly. Like, darkly 10,000.
The first episode of this new season was so boring. He just goes and talks to people.
Yeah.
But
Well,
we
it's-
see Death Gun.
It's a setup, and I think it's confirmed for 20 episodes, right?
Probably. I mean, it was pretty popular, wasn't it?
It was really popular.
So
I
probably
think
was.
even with people saying how bad the second half is, I think it still sold really well, and all the merchandising and stuff for it sells really well because people complain about it, but they still love the characters.
Yes, the characters that got like one-off episodes.
Yeah, people like go crazy.
That
for
was
the
another
characters.
problem I had. They had these like, they're in the opening, but they're there for 1 episode, and then you see them again halfway through when they beat Sword Art Online.
I wanted to know more about Dragon Girl.
Yeah, there was just like, it's like, oh, Dragon
Pure
Girl.
Dragon. Yeah.
Okay, she's like, it's like episode 2. I remember you say, it's like, oh, I bet you think she's gonna be a main character, right?
Yeah,
no,
dude, she's gonna be
You'll
in the party.
You'll never see her again. It was weird. Tokyo SP I need to see. I haven't seen that.
Tokyo Ghoul also
Okay.
need to see.
I need-
Tokyo's need to be seen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you guys seen any Tokyo Ghoul?
Nope, I
No.
haven't watched
Okay. What's the description say right there?
Something about zombies.
Does it say how that they?
that. Okay, it's a suspense horror fantasy story set in Tokyo, haunted by mysterious ghouls who are devouring people.
Zombies.
So yeah, they eat people, and I won't. Okay.
I hear it's supposed to be good.
Okay, I have two main problems. It actually is good, and I've enjoyed watching it so far. I've seen the first 2 episodes on this one, and I have 2 really big problems with it though. One is the censoring on it is pretty intense. Like,
Well, is it like Jojo smoking a cigarette censoring intense?
there's a part. I mean, episode 1 isn't bad. Episode 2, there's a couple scenes where literally 75% of the screen is the black cloud of death.
Oh, so it's like when I first watched Quasar, and I thought Quasar was decent.
I guess.
I thought it was decent because it was literally all censored when I watched it.
No, but literally like Jojo Black Cloud, like just
Yeah, that kind of
it's just
censoring.
black.
Come on. That kind of censoring in
Okay.
Quasar is what I'm saying.
I haven't seen that, but it was just like wow. And they do different kinds of censoring that was much better later on. But if they do too much of just the fucking black cloud, it's gonna destroy it. And the other thing,
Bar the Blu-rays.
yeah, exactly.
That's basically what it says.
Is I hate the main character. God, I hate him, and I hope he becomes less of a bitch later on. I hate the main character though.
And so the last one really is,
Terror in Resonance.
that's what it's called,
Yeah.
Terror in Resonance.
And I think I've seen first episode of that one.
Nathan's seen the
I've
first
seen the
2
I
episodes.
saw the first 2 at AX.
So Nate's up on us on that one. But first episode, I thought the first episode was really solid. I liked
No.
it. So it's one of those things like I really don't know where it's gonna go. So it could go it could go really cool. It could go into youth power and just be weird and esoteric and pretentious. It could really go either way. So.
That's it?
Oh, I don't know. What else do I don't know.
That's it.
Yeah. Oh,
Spring.
just for shows, yeah.
Sailor Moon. I'm
Sailor
not
Moon.
watching it.
I am watching it. Oh my god, I loved it. I loved episode 1. It was so great. It was just like this throwback to that old, 90s art style. It was like this updated 90s art style. I loved it. I thought it was great.
I watched it and I'm like, oh yeah, I don't like Sailor Moon. And
Honestly, I downloaded just a bunch of Sailor Moon stuff to watch just because to watch and read. I also looked at the manga.
I like Card Captors way more.
I don't know. I was just like, it was just I don't know. It was fun. It was like this throwback thing. I don't know. Maybe it was throwback to childhood thing, but I don't know. I loved it. I'm gonna watch all of Crystal and I'll probably watch some of the old stuff. Even.
The only reason I even thought of watching Crystal was because of that mashup of the JoJo theme on the Sailor Moon opening.
That was surprisingly really good.
Like, perfect.
Did you see that video, Nate?
No, I have not seen it.
It was
Perfect.
well. It was the opening to Sailor Moon, but with the theme song from Jojo.
Stardust Crusaders.
Yeah, the one that's going on right now. And, like, it really was... Like, they edited it a little bit, but it was pretty much perfect. It was pretty much straight, like, it fit exactly. So.
And that's it, right?
I think that's it.
Okay. So, one of us will eventually download Yozakura Quartet.
Maybe that'll just be the show we never watch.
No, we have to watch it.
No.
Jay's picked it.
I guess that's true.
And even though I've tried so many times to watch it.
Wait, is this a show that that's just really bad and you're going to try to get us all to watch?
No,
no,
I
he
just...
says it's just a show that, like, he watches it and he kind of likes it, but it just never grabs him.
And I just, at some point, go, I don't have time.
Yeah, and there's something else that he'd rather watch.
I see. Alright, that's cool then.
So that's it for the weekly watch this week.
Who's the pick after you?
Rock, paper, scissors between you two.
Okay.
You can have it.
Alright.
Yeah, okay.
Tune in.
Next
the-
month.
No,
I probably
we're
can't
called-
watch anything back at school.
Next month, as we change our name to the monthly watch.
I mean, maybe I can, but I mean, don't get your hopes up.
Don't get my
you don't
hopes
know
up.
what your schedule's gonna be
I
like.
don't even know what my schedule's going to be like.
Well, we'll figure it out eventually.
Yeah.
Hooray!
Goodbye.
Bye, peoples.
Why are you applauding?
I'm applauding myself. I do this every time we finish recording.
Oh, we never hear it. Thank you.